Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about mounting external cameras to your DJI Mavic. Now, for those of you that have seen some of the other videos that I've been posting recently, you'll know that I've been starting to fly the Mavic with an external 360-degree VR camera attached. And I got a lot of questions around how did I go about mounting it. I wasn't really clear about the mount. So, this is the mount. As you can see at the moment, it has a GoPro attached to it. But it's really a very, very simple piece of 3D printed plastic. There's really not a lot to get excited about. So I think it was about £10 on Amazon. It actually comes with two mounts. You can see there's the traditional 3-prong GoPro mount here, and then a standard tripod screw at the front. And obviously you can choose one or the other because both cameras won't fit on at the same time. Now, it fits onto the Mavic very, very easily, and when I first got this I was a little worried that it might come off during flight, because although it's a little difficult to see, there's a tiny little notch here, and that tiny little notch fits in to the front of the heatsink on the Mavic. So to align it, you basically put it on, and it doesn't feel like it engages very well. But to get it to connect, you have to take these two back tabs and push them through these two rear plastic loops, like so. Now, once you've got that connected, it's really, really well attached. There's no ability for it to come off, short of the plastic clips breaking off, but I think if that happens in flight, you've got bigger problems than your camera mount. And then you can choose which camera you mount onto the bottom of the drone. Now, there's a couple of things you need to be aware of when flying with external cameras. The most obvious one is you're not going to be able to land the drone in the traditional way. So if I just screw the Samsung camera on there, you'll see why. The camera hangs down low. Even with a GoPro, you're below the level of the landing legs. And I have tried some external landing legs to see if I can get sufficient clearance, but I mean, you can see there would need to be a good sort of 6 inches at the front and a significant amount at the rear as well, just to be able to get you clear of the ground. So you're going to have to hand launch the drone to successfully be able to use an external camera like this. Now, there are a couple of other things you need to be aware of when you're flying with external cameras. The first one is obviously you're carrying around extra weight. This thing isn't that heavy, but it does add extra weight. It also adds drag. So if there is a lot of wind and you're flying into the wind, this thing will be adding a lot of drag onto the aircraft. And I'll show you a demonstration of that in a moment. But it will affect your battery life. So if you're planning to fly, be aware that I'm seeing about a 5-minute reduction in battery life across an average flight on say a reasonably breezy day. So your mileage will vary, but be aware you will get significantly less battery life flying with an external camera. There are other mounts out there. This particular one I use because it doesn't block the downward sensors, and it also doesn't block the heatsink. So it does mean you can fly a little bit better. There are some mounts out there I've seen which completely block the heatsink, and I've heard that that has an even bigger impact on your battery life. Other things to bear in mind when you're flying with an external camera is that the distance the Mavic will take to stop is significantly increased. Now, we're all used to seeing the Mavic flying along, and then you let go of the sticks and the front comes up as it starts to slow down. You will notice when flying with this camera that it comes up significantly, and it takes significantly longer to stop. So let me give you a demonstration of that. So we've successfully hand launched the drone. We've got it in the air. We'll now back it up significantly to give ourselves a run in to the camera. As it enters the frame, I'll freeze it. Notice the increased angle of attack, and this is in level flight. The aircraft took approximately 3 meters extra to stop. Hope you found that useful. If you have and you haven't already subscribed, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification, and that way you won't miss out on any of the future videos that we're going to be producing. But if you have been, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.